as we begin Week 8. We'll see a pair of teams match up for just the 5th time. Get ready for the Rams and the Texans. Next on E8 Sports.
On a wonderful fall afternoon in the state of Texas, the roof is open and we've got football from NRG Stadium in Houston. The scene from a few moments ago, this crowd enthusiastically cheering on their Texans as they emerge from the locker room. And we're just about ready for football as the Texans get set to match up with the Los Angeles Rams. Brandon Gaudin here with Charles Davis as always. And CD, you look at the Rams in this matchup, you figure they've got to be looking forward to this one. They've got a clear advantage on the offensive side of the ball.
Yeah, and they totally understand it, not just by running the numbers, but those numbers do play into it because you've got one of the better passing offenses in the league, a top 10 unit, going up against one of the poor defenses in the league. So I think we're going to see these guys take some shots downfield. But right from the start, I expect them to attack and get right after them.
And we are underway from NRG Stadium in Houston. And the opening kickoff will not be returned as that will be a touchback. Rams taking the field, ready for their first offensive series and led out by their new starter for 2021 in his now 13th season in the National Football League, Matthew Stafford.
He threw for nearly 350 yards. His team won, and one word just kept coming to mind as I watched him during the game: surgical. Absolutely surgical. That's why he won NFC Offensive Player of the Week.
Yeah, very precise. The throws, maybe as accurate as he's been in some time.
Yeah, I think he feels pretty locked in here, and I think he feels like he can get it done again in this one, too.
He'll wind up getting a yard on the game's first play at 2nd down. Now it's Stafford. And the open receiver, it's Robert Woods. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. The numbers for Woods last week: 6 catches, 70 yards.
And I get the feeling that he loves this matchup. I mean, the unit he's going against is in the bottom half of the league against the pass. He had to have circled this one on the schedule and said to himself, this should be a big game.
A pretty good looking run there on 1st down. That'll go for 9 yards, just short of the line to gain. The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard. Stafford. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down. They tried to throw on 2nd down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1. Henderson will try to run for the 1st, and able to pick up the 1st across midfield to the 47. Just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL, so when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 47. Here's Stafford. Now that'll be caught by Cup. 7 yards the pickup there. 3 yards remain for 2nd down. On the draw, this is Henderson. And little room to maneuver there. He gets it down to about the 39. Give him a yard on the run there, and that's going to set up a 3rd down and 2. From the gun to give to Henderson. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. He needed 2, he got 1, and that's going to leave him with 4th down and a yard.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
So on fourth down, here's Johnny Hecker to punt it away. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. The Texans ready to take over here on offense, and it's Deshaun Watson at the controls in his 5th season now in the NFL.
Another tremendous year in 2020 where he led the NFL with 4,823 passing yards. And remember, that was in the year after the...
Watson will bring up the Texans here 1st and 10 at their own 16. They'll run for the first time with Mark Ingram. And he'll lose yardage here, back to the 15. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Part of their struggles last week was getting these negative plays on 1st and 2nd down. That's something they have to be wary of as this game continues.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Now Watson. And he's taken down. Back at his own 7. Sebastian Joseph Day gets him for a loss of 8. One great push up front.
2 plays so far, a run and a pass attempt, and both have gone backwards.
Probably not how they drew that up.
Not at all.
Looking for a better play coming up on 3rd. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. Here's Cameron Johnston now, as his first punt will come from inside his own end zone. Call it 46 yards on the punt, just a single yard on the return as he was covered quickly. And the Rams will go on offense here for the 1st and 10. So the Rams coming back onto the field, their 2nd drive of the game. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete. He was trying to find Deshaun Jackson that time, but it's going to be 2nd down. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves him with 3rd and 9 looming. To throw is Stafford. And he'll just toss it away. So he throws it away, and that brings up 4th down. Here's Johnny Hecker now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And he'll get off a fairly short kick here, as this is toward the sideline. So now we get set to see Houston for their 2nd drive of the ball game. And the last drive, the first drive for them, not very good. 3 and out. What do they go to here?
Well, you don't look down at your play sheet and say, this is what the problem is.
We're scoreless after 1. Ready for the 2nd quarter from Houston. It's the Texans in possession of the football, as they've got it with a 2nd and 4 coming up. A handoff. It's Mark Ingram. And he'll be upended at the 33 following a gain of 3. And guess what? It brings up 3rd down. And, Charles, you look at this defense, they were a very loose group coming into the week, knowing they kind of had the upper hand going into this one, taking on a team that hasn't won in a month and a half.
And that works well for you if you establish your dominance early in the game against a team that's struggling. But if somehow they fashion some plays together early, knock them back on their heels, that looseness can be used against them. And then they're trying to scramble to make sure they get their game right.
Here's Cameron Johnston now as he'll punt it away for the second time. It's a 40-yard punt, 4 yards on the return, and out will come the offense as they take over. The offense for Los Angeles returns to the field. We've seen both of these offenses still sort of in that figuring things out phase, but I suspect some action on the scoreboard soon as they start out here 1st and 10. They'll run with Henderson here to begin the drive. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down. So, Charles, you talk about this offense and this week 8 of the 2021 campaign. Now, normally this would be the halfway point of the season, but as we all know, this is now a 17-game regular season. And because of that, seems like now maybe more than ever, getting your open week to occur later in the season, that could be a pretty big advantage.
Brandon, it's always been a big advantage, and now, as you pointed out, the possibility of it becoming huge, likely. Most teams want that later open date because of injuries, getting that rest before the playoff push, all of those things. Sometimes when you get an open date early in the season, it's not very much of an advantage. You might be playing well, not slows down your momentum. This is a big deal, and teams definitely like it. The later, the better.
And a great job here. This is going to turn out to be a beauty. This is marked down at about the 3-yard line.
That punt was near perfection as it checked up inside the 5-yard line. You never know where these things are going to go, do you?
No, what was it? You got a John Heisman quote about that,
yeah,
right?
He said the football is roughly a prolate spheroid, which means it's going to bounce funny, and you never know where it's going to.
From his goal line here, Watson in trouble, and the ball's out. It's in the end, and Watson's going to go down in the end zone. It's a safety. So after a scoreless first quarter, we at least finally get some points on the board.
But it can't be what either of us expected, can it?
No, the safety's not what you expect for the first points of the game, but one of the goose eggs is gone. Now the free kick comes after the safety from the 20 as they bring the punter on to try and get some hang time here.
Now that's the kind of return you're looking for. To get to that spot on the field, that allows you to do a lot of things on offense.
So good field position for the Rams as they come up 1st and 10 at the 40. There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. He's hoping to get it going. They're hoping to get him going too. He's about ready to pop one here in the second quarter. He's hoping.
And his offensive line teammates, they want to get one of those too because they want to continue to run the football. Most offensive linemen like that part of the game better than pass protection because they're not taking blows. They're actually dealing them out. So what they want to do is show the coaches, hey, if we pop one, we're having success. That way they won't go away from the running game.
They'll be hoping to pop one, break one here this go-around. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Now a play fake and it's Stafford. He gets this into the hands of Kupp once again. And he'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another 1st down.
Well, this is an awfully tough route to defend in man coverage because he lines up on the right and then runs a crossing route back to the other side of the field. So as a defender, you're not only trailing him the whole way, you're also looking out for your own guys to make sure you don't get yourself picked off. And then you can't catch up in time to prevent the completion.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Took nearly the entire first half, but a first red zone opportunity for him here. 1st and 10 right at the 20. Throwing is Stafford. Quick slant here to Woods. And the Rams are going to have a 1st and goal as he'll be taken down at the 7-yard line. Stafford looks to throw again. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. They'll try again here from the 7 on 2nd and goal. Stafford now to throw. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. 2 incompletions haven't moved him any closer. And likely throwing again, you'd have to think on 3rd and goal here. Here's Stafford. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Terrence Mitchell. So this is something we didn't see at all from this offense in the victory last week. That's a turnover. They didn't have any, but giving the ball away here in the opening quarter.
I love the surprise in your voice because it's exactly what you stated. Didn't see it last week, but it's a key to their win. And it'll be a key to this game as well, protecting the football. Didn't get it done there.
And we move to spotlighting Brandon Cooks. A chance maybe here for them to get him more involved. They're down here on the scoreboard, and he's been very quiet. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. From the 25 on 2nd down, Watson, it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
There is something to a game plan when trying to keep a defense honest. With a guy with that type of speed, you do so. Send him deep, try and throw some air under it, and hope you connect downfield. On that play, they were unsuccessful.
Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early, and now it's 4th down. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And a fair catch taken back near about the 35, 36-yard line. It'll wind up just a 35-yard punt, no return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Well, the Rams going to take over late in this first half. That's taken in by Henderson. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. To throw again on 2nd down. Stafford. And that'll be incomplete.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
3rd and long. It's Stafford. Then he'll find his target. Woods. It's complete. Now the Rams will signal for a timeout, their second, as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. On 1st down, it's Stafford. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. He was in search of his tight end, Tyler Higbee. To the air again, Stafford. And now it's 2nd down. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another 1st down. 1st down, Rams. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. And this won't get there. Won't be online either. It's no good. Off to the right. So we are at halftime here on Halloween, as we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach.
Okay, Brandon, make sure you avoid the crazies out there and welcome in everybody to this Halloween edition of our EA Sports Halftime Report. We'll begin out in the Windy City of Chicago. And in the second quarter, it's the Bears who are out in front. A touchdown strike there for the rookie QB, Justin Fields. From there, we head over to MetLife Stadium to check in on the Jets. And for the moment, they find themselves trailing the visiting Cincinnati Bengals. former #1 overall pick Joe Burrow.
Well, why don't we hold off on the halftime update after all? Seems like everyone's ready to go here for the second half in Week 8 in the NFL. All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point. And the Texans getting ready to go here to begin the third quarter. And they do trail, but they have a chance to possess the football first to try and do something about it. Throwing on 2nd and long. Watson to the right side, and he's got more complete. And he'll be out of bounds right around the 20. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down. Watson. He's going to look deep for more. And incomplete on the deep ball. Here's Cameron Johnston now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Pulled in at the 24. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. So here are the Rams to take over. They're on a 3-game winning streak, and right now looking good in this one as well. They'll try the jet sweep. Stafford pops it forward. Oh, a heck of a move.
Man.
And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. That's a good way to start the drive. 17 yards and a 1st down. Boy, an effective play there, getting their wideouts involved in the run game.
And what they're always hoping on that type of a play, that they can get to the end of the line and have a chance to turn it upfield as he did there. That means they controlled the blocking and took care of the defensive end or the outside linebacker to give him that lane.
And I guess I need to clarify, I said getting their wideouts involved in the run game, but of course that was actually a pass as he popped it forward. He finds some way to turn this into positive yardage as he struggles forward for a pickup of about 2. Now Stafford. He spots Henderson open left side. The Texans here on 3rd down, putting an extra defender in the secondary. Out of the gun, Stafford. Right side caught by Jackson. And he is going to have a Rams 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Whenever we talk about moving the sticks and controlling the football, there's a great example right there. Those are the 3rd downs you need to convert to win football games. We're in the 3rd quarter of this one, and this is a tight one. In order to maintain pace, keep the ball away from the other team, and put points on the board, those are the plays they need to continue to convert.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. They'll fake it. Now Stafford. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down. On 2nd down, it's Henderson. Even with the good footwork, he'll be stopped just inside the 35-yard line. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. Again, it's Henderson. And he's able to get it to the 31, and that's enough for the 1st. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving.
Well, this has been a long drive. In fact, it's eaten up a good chunk of the 3rd quarter, which is precisely what you want when you're playing with the lead. You control the football, you control the clock, and impose your will on the defense.
On 1st and 10, Stafford. And this nearly an interception, but it's incomplete. Well, a turnover really would have helped him there, but not to be. 2nd and 10, Stafford again. He'll find Henderson there. It's complete. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. Chalk that up as a 4-yard loss. And now it's 3rd down. Heck of a play there to get to him quickly and get him down for a loss.
I think they did a really nice job getting ready for this game, scouting, watching film, and understanding defensively what the play design was.
They missed a field goal on their last drive. Here they need something to even get into field goal range on 3rd down. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And it's complete. He's got it in the end zone. Touchdown, Rams. Deshaun Jackson, his second touchdown on the season. And the Rams tack on to their advantage. And he's a little bit on the shorter side as a receiver. Maybe sometimes for the defense, tough to find the little guys, right?
Yeah, sometimes they get lost in the traffic, but usually what it means is that rather than just winning with height or even speed, they use their quickness to find a way to get open.
Well, tall, short, wide, skinny, whatever, there it results in a touchdown. And now, of course, all scoring plays are reviewed, and I think they're going to take an extra-long look at this one. They're taking a peek at whether or not those feet were in bounds, and obviously a big call here in the end zone.
And not just the feet. How about the hands? How is the ball possessed while the feet are hopefully getting down in bounds? That's what they're trying to look at to see if it all comes together.
So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right. Extra point by Gay is up and good, and that makes this a 9-point game. Following the touchdown, here's Gay to kick it away. On the return, Tremont Smith. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. The football going back over now to the Houston Texans. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere. From the 31, Watson. Throw complete right side to Cooks. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. First catch of the game for Cooks. It'll be a first down. Now a handoff to Ingram. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
This is what happens sometimes when you abandon the running game. It's hard to get back to it because once guys get out of that mentality of firing out and hitting people, hard to get them started again occasionally.
Back now in Houston. It's Texans football, but they trail here as we get started in the fourth quarter. From the 39, Watson. He gets it to Cooks. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down. That's a gain of 6. Makes it 3rd and 2. They'll try to run for the first with Ingram. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave him with a 4th down. This late in the game, Charles, I think you maybe seriously have to think about going for it.
Especially where they are in terms of field position, because this is almost like no man's land. Might hurt your punter because there might not be enough space, maybe too far for your field goal kicker. I'm like the old rule. Possession is 9/10 of the law. Possession is 9/10 of winning the game. Go for it, get the first down, close it out.
They'll run for it. It's Ingram. And I don't think he got there. He did not. They stop him a yard shy. Mark Ingram unable to get past the marker. And the Rams get the football in outstanding field position. He's got this to the tight end, Hopkins. That catch good for only a couple. I think you'd have to say defensively, these guys are doing their job pretty well, right?
Yeah, we talked about them holding them under 20 points, right, on defense. And they've done that. They've held them. The problem is their own offense hasn't answered their challenge, which was to score more.
Yeah, exactly. I remember you saying magic number was right around 20, and the offense has been the issue. You're right. On 3rd down, here's Henderson. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. Now, after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. And that is no good. Hit it well from distance, but he couldn't work it back in, and this score will stay right where it is.
Charles, all things considered, I guess that's not a critical miss at this stage, is it?
No, but still everything helps when you're trying to finish off a ball game. And you're right, not critical in terms of the scoreboard and the team, but the guy with the golden foot, he knows he's only as good as his last kick.
Now the Texans offense, they head back out to do battle here. Throwing on 2nd and 14. Watson. It's caught left side by Cooks. And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47. The Texans on 3rd down. A pretty woeful 0 for 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. There again is Cooks, complete. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. Desperation time. Watson on 4th down. It's complete to Chris Conley. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on 4th down. Now a 1st down throw, Watson. And this one caught along the sideline, but they say already out of bounds. And the throw didn't give him a chance to turn it upfield, and that brings up 2nd down. To the air yet again, Watson. That's caught by his tight end, Jordan Akins. And this is going to be another 1st down as the tackle's going to be made at the Rams' 28. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Texans football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Watson to throw. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down. They were looking for Johnson that time, and it's 2nd down. Watson. And he'll find Akins there, complete. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. Here's Watson. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. This is caught. And he'll actually lose a little bit of yardage here. Back to the 2. Now after the play, it looks like there's a Texan here slow to get up. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. Back at the 2 now. Here's 2nd and goal. To throw, Watson. And this is caught for a touchdown. So hang on now. Things just got a little bit more interesting here in the final minute. Okay, game on. Don't go anywhere yet. You got a 1-score game now. Probably going to rely on the onside kick coming up.
Yeah, they have to. It's not a high percentage play, but it's better than not having a chance at all. And that's when you put your leapers and your flyers on one side, get that high hop, and hope that one of the guys can come up with it.
And on the other side, get that hands team ready.
No doubt about it.
Fairbairn good with the extra point. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. Time 11 plays all told, and it ends with a touchdown they needed, but not the 2-point conversion, as this remains a 2-point deficit here in the final minute. 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game. On second down, back to Henderson. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. The Texans going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as the clock stops here with 46 seconds left to play. And they take a knee. Stafford down to a knee, and with it, he's going to ensure his guys a victory. Well, Charles, the old saying, the old cliche, if you will, points at a premium. That certainly applied here, didn't it?
And that almost felt like opened up a time capsule, didn't it? Old school football, low scoring, close game. What a way to finish it up.
You loved it, didn't you? You loved the defenses.
I certainly did. Brought back the images of the game of old.
So for L.A., they moved to 7-1 on the year with the victory. And they'll get another road date next week as their opponents will be the Tennessee Titans. Meanwhile, for the Texans, things are kind of getting ugly as they drop to 1-7 now on the year. And they'll look to regroup next week as they head down to Miami to take on the Dolphins.